Hello everyone, Miss G here from the Beauty Professor. Join me today. I did a beautiful eyeshadow and a full look using these beautiful shades from Seint Makeup. It is the Sugar and Spice collection. I also teach how to apply cream makeup for mature skin. I'm 52, learn some tips and tricks from me along the way. I do some color correction underneath the eyes using these shades, and I teach how to do a little mini eyebrow lesson. Stay tuned if you would like to learn, and like and subscribe. Thank you. See you there. We are going to play in makeup today, and I think it's one of the most fun things to do is when you get some new shades. Look at these gorgeous girls from the Gingerbread collection. Get some pretty shades, new pretty shades. It is just so much fun to play in them. So we are going to play in these beautiful colors today. I'm going to be thinking outside of the box. I'm going to be doing some different things, swatching these beautiful colors for the lips and these shades for the eyes. But let's start with our 3D cream foundation. So with 3D cream foundation, this is our shades. I'm working out of the palette called Tinsel. It is a holiday edition, and it's while supplies last. It's beautiful. It's silver with these long pine needles, so it's perfect for winter. Has a beautiful mirror inside. So I'm going to be working with these 3 shades, and then I'm going to be adding a lip and cheek, and the works. So with 3D cream makeup, we work with 3 colors to build dimension instead of using one liquid foundation where we apply it from our forehead to our chin or ear to ear, where it's just going to be one flat layer of color. We are using 3 shades to build dimension, and it enhances our beauty. So I'm going to teach you how to apply this makeup. I'm working with the 3D brush. Now with cream makeup, it's not about how much you apply or how little you apply for the coverage that you want. It's about choosing the correct brush. So we are going to be working with the 3D brush. This gives medium coverage, so I'm going to do a medium coverage look today. And so it's all about the brush. If you want full coverage, you're going to choose a different brush. And if you want light coverage, you would choose a different brush. So we're going to stick right in the middle today with a 3D brush. This is the one I usually recommend for beginners. And personally, it's my favorite because I like medium coverage. So I am going to begin by placing my main shade. Mine is called Aura, and I'm going to be placing this where I want to even out my skin tone. The next highlight, it's lighter, so that's our brightening highlight. I'm going to be placing this sort of where you would place concealer. It's going to brighten out the center of our face. And the next one is the contour. I am going to be contouring my forehead, my cheeks, my jawline, and my nose, and under my lip. And I'm going to teach you step by step on how to do this. It's very easy. All 3 of these offer coverage, so I'm only placing each one where they belong. So I'm going to start with the 3D brush, and I'm going to dip into my main shade. And we call these highlights, but think of this first one as your foundation shade. And you're just dipping in and picking up on the brush, and then you're going to place it where you want coverage. And this goes very fast. So I'm going to go just down along my jawline. I have melasma down here. I want some coverage there. I'm going to go on my cheek, up into here, staying away from the center of my face and under my eyes. I'm actually going to color correct. I'm going to teach you how to do that today. I have melasma around the sides of my forehead. The contour is going to go up above, so I just need some coverage across the middle and a little bit over here. All right, so that is it. I'm going to keep that there so you can see where it is. Now, you can always go back in and add more, but I like starting light and then, going from there. So now we are going to flip the brush over, and I am going to be picking up my brightening shade. Think of this as your concealer. Now this gets placed, think of having this imaginary triangle upside down. It's going to get placed right here in the center of our face, and that is going to build this dimension out. So this is going to go right here between the eyebrows. It's going to go down in this divot, down the top of the nose, right here in the center of the lip, the chin. So I have the center done. It's going to go outside here for an eye lift. This the brighter shade is going to lift it. You can see that kind of happening without me even blending. I'm going to go right here, which finishes out the triangle shape. You can see that. And then I like to go in with a smaller brush, and I like to apply a brightening shade where we have these marionette lines. And you can see while I'm doing that, how that just gets rid of that shadow and brightens up right in here. And you can use this brightening shade if you have 11s that are prominent right in here, and just wherever you have a dent, you can just put a brightener right in here. I'm using the smallest amount to, you see what that did? It's pretty amazing. Just to brighten up where that shadow might be created. I'm going to add a little bit right here, down the sides here. I'm actually going to use color corrector under the eyes. I'm going to teach you how to do that. You can see I have some nice dark circles here today. I'm going to add some discoloration here. So I'm going to teach you discoloration here and some dark circles here. I'm going to teach you how to get rid of that with color correction. Then you're going to place a little bit of this on your, across the eyelids. This is the detail brush. I love this brush for the smaller work that we're doing. We're going to be going back to it in a second. So now I just like to begin blending out. So I'm going to take the 3D brush, I'm going to flip it over, and I'm just pushing this in. So it's just a pushing in motion. We're not going back and forth. We are just pushing this into the skin, and I am moving along quickly across the top of the chin, around my mouth, pushing this in. You can see how fast this goes. You can have your makeup done so fast with this makeup. Everything's in the compact that you need except for mascara, so you're not searching through your drawer for anything. It makes getting ready so fast. It's so organized. It's great for traveling. It's great to put in your purse for touch-ups later. I have been in love with this since I've used it. The more I use it, the more I fall in love with it. I can't even believe I used liquids and powders before. Cream makeup is so moisturizing on the skin. And unlike liquid, it does not move. It does not settle into your fine lines and wrinkles and accumulate on texture. So we are not using a liquid. Liquid moves. It's a liquid. It's going to find those fine lines and wrinkles, and throughout the day, it's just going to settle into them. I love this. I'm 52, and I went on the search for something to correct underneath my eyes because concealer just seemed to be emphasizing my fine lines, texture, and wrinkles under here, and it just really wasn't even correcting the problem. So I went searching for color correctors. I tried everything, and then that's how I bumped into Seint. And when I used their color corrector, I was so impressed. I thought, well, let's try out their cream foundation. And then I was just, after that, hooked because it's amazing, it's affordable, it's organized in the compact. You choose everything you want to get inside your compact. There's many different sizes. I love the triple decker because it holds everything I need. It has my foundation, my concealer, my So I'm going to begin contouring, and I'm just going to wiggle in, and I'm going to cast a shadow on my forehead. So my forehead is wider, so I want to cast a shadow out here to make it look more narrow and put the center of attention more in the middle of my head. And I want to knock off some of this height. So if you have bangs, you don't have to worry about this. If you have more of an oval shaped face, you're just going to put it right here. So it's going up here high into the hairline. It's just going straight across. Nothing to it. And then I am going to bring this down, but right here in this temple, we want to leave that bright, because if we put a dark shade right there, It is going to make us look older because as we age, we lose volume right here. And we don't want to put a darker shade there to emphasize that. So that is all there is to it. So it's sort of in the shape of a rainbow, just from temple all the way around to temple. And we're gonna blend these out later. So next I am going to go back into my contour. I'm gonna pick up some more. We're gonna do under the cheek. So under the cheek, this really can help us look younger. You can see I have a natural shadow here, which really helps guide me where I'm gonna place this. And this is exactly where it's gonna go. It's gonna go from the top of my ear to the corner of my eye. You do not wanna bring your contour down in here as a mature lady because that's going to bring the face down. We want to work bringing the face up or working on these angles that lift the face. So I want to keep this up high. I'm going to start this right at the top of my ear. You can even bring this up a little higher. We'll put like a false shadow here to even lift that cheekbone even more. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm just pushing this in, wiggling it in, and I'm going to end it right here at the corner of my eye. And I kind of curved it down, which will make the cheekbone look more lifted right there. Let's do it. So let's do this side, top of my ear to the corner of the eye. So I'm starting here and I'm just wiggling this down. Nothing to it. Okay, they look pretty even. And we don't have to worry about this harsh line because it's going to blend into our lip and cheek. All right, there we have it. Now let's use what's on the brush and let's contour the jaw. So I like to just follow, you put your finger on this bone and you're just gonna place it there. This is gonna carve out a nice square jawline. It's going to, if you have jowls, kind of disguise them. It's gonna cast a shadow there. It's going to just make a shadow here. So watch while I do this. You can see, it's so easy to see on camera what happens when we compare it to the other side. So I'm just going straight down the jawline and then I'm making an angle here and straight down. So it's right underneath. Okay, so let's look. See how that, a little bit more right here. See how that lifted that up compared to the side's fuller. This side, look right here, you can really tell here, see how it's rounded out here, and here it's more angled. So it's really worth learning how to contour. You don't need much. I'm putting on a little bit more just so you can see it in camera, but just enough to cast a shadow. And then I always place some right under my chin to help disguise any sort of falling skin here. But if you have that gel, bring it up a little bit. All right. And that is it. All there is to it. Chins. If you have a wide chin, you can contour your chin. If you have a long chin, you can put it right across the top. I like my chin. I like it the way it just is, so I'm just going to leave it alone. Next, we are going to contour. I am going to be moving on to a different brush. I'm going to use the smudge brush. I like it smaller end, and I'm going to be placing it right under the lip. So I'm going into my contour. I'm just going right here. See how that casted a shadow under the lip? It pulled the lip forward. It made our lip look a little larger. It's a great trick to do. As we age, our lips lose that volume. And this is a great little trick. You can really see what that did. It always shocks me. Okay, we're going on to the nose, my favorite part. So I'm going to be working with the blur brush. It's discounted right now. It's got a head on it meant to do this work. So I'm going to pick out the darkest area, which is in this corner and right here, and that is where I'm going to use 03. Now I can help you get the correct color. You just contact me. 03's over here. Just contact me. There's a link tree down there. You can email me or fill out a color match form and I will get back to you, but I can help you correct these colors. All of our eyes, like this eye might be completely different than this eye. We're all different, so it takes some trial and error to figure out what works best for you. I used a few shades before I figured out this perfect blend for underneath my eye. So you can see I'm just tapping it in. Now this is just colored wax and it leaves a beautiful sheen. It's going to stay put. It's not going to settle into fine lines and wrinkles. It does a beautiful job. Look at this at color correcting. All right, let's go into the 01 now, and I'm going to color correct under here. We could have this blue line, but it's not so dark, so I'm going to use a lighter shade of orange here. You can find these on my link down there and purchase them. They last forever because you are using the smallest amount. I'm just tapping in and just picking up the smallest amount. Remember, a little goes a long way, especially under the eyes. I have a little dent there. See how I brighten that up? And then I'm going to take this and put it over 03 to brighten this area up. Now you're only placing this where you need color correction. Don't bring it down here because then it's not going to work. You're only placing it where you need it. So look at this eye. Look at that eye. No concealer and no brightening highlight. It just looks like young, youthful, hydrated skin. See the pretty sheen on there? Right. Now, I do like to clean my tile on the eyeshadow clean tile. This does a great job. I like to clean the end of my brush before I switch over to the other eye. So again, I am going to pick the darkest areas to go in with the darker orange. So we're going into 03. It just means it has more orange in it. You can see this one's lighter, this one's darker. So I'm going to take the 03, I'm going to brighten up, look at that. I just love doing this, this is magic. And tapping it in to the darkest area. It blows my mind every time I use it, it's magic. I told you we're gonna be playing at makeup. I've spent hours, I can do my whole face in just Demi and have the most natural looking skin, pretty skin. And it's beautiful. So if you're one of these ladies who doesn't like to wear makeup, but if you want to color correct some areas and just enhance some of your beauty, Demi is great to learn. I will do a full tutorial on a full face of Demi soon. I might do that next. Okay, so there is 03 color correcting that dark area. Now we're going to switch over to 01 and we are going to do the rest of this area. I'm just patting it on. I'm just going to blend this out. I'm going to pull it up here. And I'm going to brighten this area up here with it. And look at that. You cannot see this. I'm looking at my 10 times magnification mirror. You cannot see this laying on the skin. So there's nothing to, there's no movement. It's a solid. It's going to stay put. It's going to stay there all day. It's not, you're not going to have to touch this up. It's not going to dry out underneath your eyes. It's very moisturizing. Okay, so the last thing I like to do, I have some discoloration from the sun under here. And we think of discoloration, skin discoloration, sunspots. I already color corrected those before I began this video. But we think of them as green. So across from green is red. And we have this shade R1, red one. It's a very light shade. It looks pink, but this works great to do the rest of this area under the eye. It really brightens this up. As you can see how youthful that makes that look. If you have a dent there, this works beautifully on that dent. You can't get rid of the dent, but you can brighten up the shadow in there. I like to bring this down this side of my nose too. It's just such a youthful look. Let's go back and do this one. So I'm just placing this under the eye where I had that discoloration. I'm going to take some and go down the side of my face into my cheek. Isn't that beautiful? I love learning Demi. I'm just going to take my brush, flip it over, and I'm just going to tap it in just like this. And then we are going to set this makeup. Look how beautiful that is. So up close, you can't even tell I have it on. All right, let's set this makeup now. Okay, setting your makeup. We're not using powder. No way, Jose. Powder's just a no-no for mature women. Setting sponges, this is the way to go. So I've already ran this under water. I've cleaned this. I clean my sponge a lot, every 3 days, because bacteria can grow in here. I use antimicrobial soap. Give it a good cleaning. I rinsed it under water, and then I dried it in an absorbent hair towel. Really absorbed the moisture out of it. It's just barely damp. I let it sit here on my vanity while I get ready. Now I'm going to set this makeup. I'm going to use Seint's setting spray. This is amazing. It has hyaluronic acid in it. It has aloe vera in it. It has niacinamide and a few other really good skin ingredients. So it's going to set our makeup. It's going to put good for your skin ingredients on, and it's going to pick up any excess makeup, and it's going to look at the glow I have now. Wait till you see it after I pick up some of this makeup and use the spray. It's just absolutely beautiful. Now I'm going to do under my eye first, and I'm going to spray this all over my sponge, putting a little extra on the tip of this sponge, and then I'm just going to set under my eye. Just put it gradual, like very gentle. So I don't want to pick that up, but I wanted to get the product on there. So that is set. Now I'm just going to take this and just push this and go once over, and I'm just pushing this into my makeup, just pushing it in, make the makeup into my skin. The sponge gives the best skin-like appearance, because if you look at a sponge, see what it's picked up so far? If you look at a sponge, it's tiny little pores. It mimics what our skin looks like. So when we're pressing it into our makeup, it's leaving that imprint. I'm just pressing it up here, and it's just pushing it in. If you were heavy-handed, you could go over it a few more times. I was not, so I just want to set my makeup. I'm doing down here and down my neck. Now, here's that glow I'm talking about. We call this the Seint glow. Isn't that amazing? You want this glow. You don't want to put so much makeup on that you can't see your natural skin shining through. That ages you. So you want to really make sure that you have push this into your skin. Do not skip this step. It's so important. I'm going to look in my 10 times magnification mirror, and I'm going to make sure that this looks beautiful, magnified 10 times. And I know if it does with the real eye, it's going to be perfect. So there we have it. That's highlight and contour and color correction under the eyes, and it's beautiful. If you haven't tried Cream Makeup, you need to, because once you try it, you'll never go back to liquid again, I promise. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to move on to this beautiful look. Now we are going to have some fun. I'm going to start doing some swatching. Okay, so this is the Sugar and Spice collection that you can get on Seint. So it comes with all these shades. It does not come with this eyeshadow clean tile, but it comes with these beautiful eyeshadow shades. It comes with a lip moisturizer, a highlight, an illuminator, and 2 lip and cheeks. And it is beautiful. You can apply this any way you want. I am going to be playing in makeup. I'm going to do my version of a Sugar and Spice look, but you can use these any way that you like. It has this beautiful brown, so you could use just these 2 shades on your eye would be pretty. It's got these 2 shimmers and these 2 lip and cheeks and this beautiful illuminator called Photoshop. You can also use this as an eyeshadow. So we're gonna play in makeup. So I first am going to color swatch. Let's begin with the lip and cheeks. So if you like a nude lip and cheek, this is a matte, and this is called Nude. Let me get some more. It is the perfect nude shade. Okay, and then sitting next to it is called Desert Sunset. It is the perfect nude gloss. That's beautiful. So you could use these alone, or you can use them together and put the matte down first, and then use Desert Sunset to top it for that extra gloss. So Desert Sunset is a gloss. So you can see it has shimmer, or not shimmer, but a shine to it, where the matte is flat. So I'm going to be applying the nude to my lip so you can see it, and I will apply, well, let's do Desert Sunset. I'm going to apply this to my lip right now just so you can see what it looks like. I am not planning on using it on this look I'm going to do, but see how it's just a pretty nude gloss. Very natural, very pretty. If you don't like much color on your lips, but you want something, a little bit of color, it's very pretty. It's very neutral. So I'm gonna take that off with a towel, and I'm just gonna show you what that looks like. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with the nude. So this is the nude, oh, wrong one. Yep, no, that's it. This is the nude, the matte. It's a warmer shade than Desert Sunset. So see that? Very pretty. I'm gonna take that off. I just wanna show you both of those that come in the collection. I plan on doing something different. So that is those 2 shades, very beautiful. Okay, first let's do our cheeks. So I'm not gonna bronze today. I'm going to skip bronzing, but if you would like to bronze, now's the time to do it. I love Bella bronzer, and hey, at the end, who knows, I might go back in and add some. I just never know until I have my look done, and then I go in to see how I like it later. So let's go and let's use some of this nude, and I'm just going to put it on top of this contour and a little bit back here, and I'm just going to press this in. And this is going to be the base. This is going to be down for the eyeshadow that I'm going to use as my blush. Yes, I'm going to use my eyeshadow on my cheek. So we have these beautiful, beautiful shades, and I'm going to show you how multi-purposeful all of these are. So look how pretty that is. That is nude. I just went on top of the cheek, 3 dots, and I pulled it back. I followed the cheek line. Now, I didn't bring it in here, and I'll tell you that is because if you bring your color down into your cheek, it pulls your face forward. I like to keep my color up high on top of the contour and pull it back here into the hairline. This gives it the ultimate lift. You can see it. Now see how nicely it blended into the contour? There's no harsh line there at all. So let's get a little bit of nude here. I like the 3 dots. I'd rather use a little bit and blend that in than pick up too much and then have to blend that out. Now cream blushes, they tend to die down after you place them on your cheek. I think it's because we're pushing it and we're getting that blood flow into our skin, and it's going to look a little darker at first when you first apply it. I'm putting a little bit of that color up into my forehead. And that is all there is to it. So that is nude on the cheeks. Now I am going to line my lips. I'm going to grab a multitasking brush, and I'm going to line my lips. I'm going to line them today with my contour. And I'm just going to overdraw the bottom lip right in here and the cupid's bow just a little bit, and then follow the natural line for the rest. I'm going to be using my mirror here to work with, so I'm just going to follow the natural line here. Like that. We'll do the middle for the end. Like that. Now I'm going to overdraw the center a little bit. Just cheating a little bit. See how that filled that out? All right, let's do the upper lip. I overdrew the cupid's bow a little bit, and then I'm just going to follow the rest of the line, natural line down. You can use your contour. We have a lip liner. It's called Suede. It's a little bit of a lighter shade. I want a little bit darker because I am working with nudes and I want to be able to see my liner just a little bit today. All right, all done with that. Now I'm going to be applying Nude, the Nude, as a base. You'll get to see what this looks like. I'm just tapping this in. It's very pretty. I don't know, I was going to put some eyeshadow on top to darken it up, but I'm starting to really like this. It's pretty. Let's finish off our eye look, and then we can play and see if we want to do that. Okay, eyes. We have these beautiful eyeshadows. Let's swatch these beauties. This is so fun. So we have this dark shade here called Philly. Let's put this down first. There's Philly. It's a very pretty brown. We're going to use that in our eyebrows. This shade here is next to it is called Pomegranate. Put this down next to it. There's Pomegranate. Very pretty. It complements the nude shade very well and Desert Sunset. Let's go into our transition shade. This is called Claire. It's a matte. Both of these have been mattes. All three are mattes. Let me pick up a little bit more. This is a beautiful peachy dark coral shade that just blends right in with these other colors. It's almost the same color as, I'm gonna get one more. It's almost the same color as Desert Sunset. Beautiful. And then lastly, we have this shimmer right here called Moscow. This is my favorite color of all the shades in the eyeshadows. This is just a beautiful burnt orange coppery shade. It's a shimmer. It is absolutely beautiful. It is not super shimmery, so it's like a 3 out of a 5, 5 being the highest, but it's beautiful. It's pretty on green eyes, pretty on blue eyes, it's pretty on brown. It is like the perfect color. All these shades, any eye color can wear. They're beautiful. Okay, and then let's go ahead and swatch the Illuminator-Photoshop. Now this has some serious shimmer to it. Let's put this down so we can see what this is going to look like. So there it is. Isn't that beautiful? Let's do it one more time. So pretty. These colors are gorgeous. So let's get them on the eyes. Now, if you put cream highlight on your eyelids by now, I just applied a little bit, you are probably creasing by now. You want to press this in, and then we are going to prime the eye. Now, I don't use any primers on my face. I don't find that I need them. My skin's not oily, it's a little bit dry. If you have oily skin, you might want to use a primer for oily skin. Make sure it's silicone free, because silicone and cream makeup do not mix. So if you are using cream makeup and you don't like the way your makeup looking, check out your setting spray, check out your moisturizer, check out your primer, make sure there's no silicone in them, because it does not mix well. So I'm going to prime my eyes, set this cream makeup, and you absolutely need to do this. This is our setting powder called Vanilla Dust, and I'm using the fluffy end of the eyeshadow brush. And then I am just going to give my eyelids a coating of this to set that cream. This also is going to ensure that my eyeshadows blend smoothly and that it is not going to crease throughout the day. Let's do the other one. It is a translucent powder. It's very highly milled. Everything in here is magnetic, so it just pops in and pops right back out. Pops in, pops out. And it is wonderful. This is what it looks like on the finger right here. Okay, so my eyes are set. The next thing I always do is I highlight my eyebrow bone with this shade right here called Cupcake. It's similar to Vanilla Dust, but is not translucent. So I'm going to use the fluffy end of my eyeshadow brush. I'm going to softly pick up and knock this off. See how soft that, see how soft that was? I'm going to put this on my brow bone. This brighter shade up here lifts this eye part, because as we age, this comes down. And I'm just going to brighten up that area. It makes this area look brighter. You can go down here in this dark spot too if you like. And that is it. I believe every compact should have Vanilla Dust, Cupcake in their compact. I use this every day. This is how I begin every eyeshadow look. All right, so now my eyeshadow is set and my brow bone is nice and highlighted. We can begin our eyeshadow look. So this is called Sugar and Spice. It's going to be a very spicy eye. It is so pretty. So I'm going to begin with the transition shade right here called Claire, and we swatched it. It's right here. It's the perfect transition shade for this look. It is a matte. You always want to use a matte shade for a transition shade, and I'm just going to be applying this. We want to be able to see it, so when you have your eye open, you want to see it, but you want to also be able to see that top of that brow bone where we just placed Cupcake. So you don't want to take it all the way up, but you want to take it up so you can see it. So when I'm looking, I can see it. Such a pretty girly shade. Perfect on green, blue, and brown. Anyone can wear this shade. It would really make blue eyes pop. Because again, if on our color wheel, we know that across from orange is blue. So those two shades are just beautiful together. Okay, so I'm putting on another light coat, just going back and forth, very gentle in this windshield wiping motion out to the brow bone. Now, we do not, if you need to, you could take your eyeshadow brush, place it here at the end of your nose, and then take it to the corner of your eye. That is where your eyeshadow should end, all the way up. So our transition shade should not come further out than right there. The same with the brow bone shade. And then our darker shade should not come out further than that. And then I'm going to teach you how to do this in a second with our eyebrows. All right, so that is clear. Let's pick up some more over here and do the other eye. So I'm just going back and forth, making sure that I'm ending it right here. If you go too far, it's okay. We can clean this up at the end. And then it's just a back and forth motion. You don't have to take it down on your eyelid because we just want to see it right here. I'm going to open my eye. Can I see it? I need a little bit more. Such a pretty color. Now you can do these any way you want. You could just wear this on your eyelid. It's so pretty. And when you apply this in small amounts, it's very velvety on the eyes. It's hard to see in the camera, but up close, it is very velvety, and this is matte. All right, there we go. Okay, next we are going to go into Pomegranate, and we are going to bring it beneath Claire. So again, I'm going to use the fluffy end of this brush. This is when I like to use my eyeshadow cleaning tile, so I can clean up the end of my brush before switching colors. It is very convenient. Again, it's magnetic and pops right in there. All right, so I am going to go into Pomegranate. I love this color. It is so pretty. I'm gonna knock that off so it doesn't fall out underneath the eye. All right, so I am just going to, instead of doing it like this, I'm going to press this down. Press it in. And go in and pick up a little bit more. And I'm going to press this just underneath Claire and into this crease, into the corner right here. And it's just a pressing in motion. All right, once it's pressed in, now we can go blend it. I like to do that just so I don't get fallout, and I have more control of where the color is going. So that is very beautiful. Let's get it in here a little bit. But its main placement is that crease. So up close, that's what it looks like. So pretty. Look how it makes green eyes pop. Pop! Okay, let's go in and pick up some more Pomegranate. So pretty. We're gonna go underneath. I'm gonna stray hair here. Underneath, I'm going to tap this in. Tap, tap. Right in this crease. Pick up some more. If you are scared of working with eyeshadow, use this pressing in motion. It might help you in the beginning because it's easy. Anybody can do that motion. Again, this is the eyeshadow brush. It's meant to do this work that I'm showing you. It's all about the brush. You have to have the proper tools to do a job right. So in makeup, you have to have the proper brushes to get the look that you are wanting. If I went in with this tiny brush, I'd be here all day doing this work. This is a bigger, flatter brush to do larger areas on the eye, but it's not large enough to put blush on. Okay, and there we have it. Let's check that line. So hold this up. Am I coming outside of it? That's what you want to check. Nope, I am not. So I'm keeping it high and tight within that boundary because we want this lift. It's all about the line. We have the line here with our contour, then our blush, then we're going to put a illuminator here, and then we want our eyeshadow here. So we're working on this angle all the time to put that lift in. I'm going to be doing that with our eyeshadow. Okay, so the next shade we are going to go into is this beautiful shimmer. It is called Moscow. It is so pretty. This is going to go right in the center of the eye. So I'm just going to place this right in the center and tap this in. This is giving me, using your pinky like this gives you great transfer with the shimmer. And I'm not taking it all the way into the corner because Photoshop's going to go there, but I am placing it in the center here, and look how pretty that is. So spicy. I'm doing it over here. You do not want to use shimmers in your crease or up high because shimmers can emphasize fine lines, textures, and wrinkles. But Moscow is a dark shimmer, so this is perfect for a more mature eye. It's not going to show the texture as much, and we're just using it in the center of the eyelid where we have less fine lines and wrinkles. All right, very pretty. Okay, let's go into Photoshop. We're going to highlight the brow bone with Photoshop. We are going to highlight the inner corner. I am going to use a tiny brush for this. Let's use, this is the Bright brush. It's a Demi brush. It's this perfect little end to do this work. So I'm going to go into Photoshop and I am going to highlight right here at the arch of the brow bone. I still have to do two brows, so we're going to save that for the last. Oop, wrong color. Let's knock it off here. Let's do a little bit more right under the brow bone. And just tap that in. So it gives a little bit of, so this is going to put some interest here, and it brightens up this area. And when you move your head, it catches the light. So it's very pretty. And I think this is the part of the sugar part of the spice. And then we're going to use this in the sweet spot right here where we have no wrinkles. We're going to brighten up this inside corner. And then I'm going to pull it on top of whatever's left on my brush here, pulling it gently on top of Moscow. So you can see that. Keep this shimmer away from down here. Some people put it on with your finger. Don't do that. It'll drop and it will get into this fine lines and wrinkles. We as mature ladies want to keep this up high. There are no wrinkles right here, so we can do this. And it really opens up the center of the eye, brightens up that dark pocket, and it puts that little bit of light reflection there. Okay, so it's right up here and right here. So pretty. Okay, let's do the other eye. So we're going at the arch. You can tap that in. And then we are going to put it in that spot where we do not have any wrinkles. Right here. and then pull it on top of Moscow. So pretty. If you're not doing this, if you've been using your finger and placing it right there, that is probably aging you. So you want to keep it just right there where we do not have wrinkles, and then pull it up and just really highlight this area instead. All right, let's do underneath the eye. And then after that, let's decide if we want to darken up this outside corner a little bit. Let's just go ahead and blend this out a little bit. Very beautiful. That's what we have so far. I like it, so pretty. Okay. So underneath the eye, I'm going to use Moscow first. I'm going to flip my eyeshadow brush over to the small end, and I'm going to put this underneath the eye for a splash of fun color. And I'm not going all the way in, just keeping it on the outside there. So pretty. I start with a little and then decide if I want to do more. That's the way I work. But it's just makeup. If you don't like it, you can just take it off and try it again. But this is how we learn, by just playing like I'm doing. So I like it. It looks really pretty, prettier in person. I'm gonna flip. Oh, wait, I'm gonna go in with the multitasking brush with this end, and then I'm gonna pick up Pomegranate, and then I am going to go closer. I think I'm gonna use this line brush instead. I'm gonna go closer to the where the eyelash connects to the waterline there, and I'm just going to darken up that line right here on the outside. I don't want it to look harsh. I don't want to take this, if you take this all the way in, it can make a mature eye look harsh. But it's going to give some definition right here. And that color really makes green eyes pop. And it would with blue too. All right, so let's darken up the outside corner just a little bit. I am going to use this pretty shade called Philly. So this would be a daytime look. We can take it into night by darkening up this corner. So I'm just going to take the line like this on the end of the eyeshadow brush, going into Philly, and then it's just on an angle. I'll hold my eye, make sure my fingers are clean, and then just on an angle, take this into my eyelashes. Keeping in mind of that line, we don't want to take it outside of that. We want to keep it up high and tight. That's really pretty. Just kind of smoked it out a little bit. And then into the crease a little bit. It's just like a little V. Just to add a little contour there. See how that just gave the depth, and when I close my eyes, you can really see how pretty that is. Going back into Philly. I'm taking this on a line into the eyelashes. It was just a stroke down. Do it again, and then into that crease. It's like a sideways V, or it's a greater than sign. I'm gonna check my line. That could have been a little bit more narrow. Okay, so see how this one's up tight. I brought that one down too low. I'm gonna show you how to fix that right now. We can clean that up. It's no worries. This is the smudge brush. I love this brush for doing this sort of work. I'm just gonna go into my brightening highlight, and we're just gonna clean that up. So I'm just gonna take and put it right here. Just pull it up. Use it like an eraser. And clean that corner up. Tap it in. See how that just lifted it? You can do it on the other side just to clean up and give yourself that eye lift. I'm just pushing that in. And there we have Sugar and Spice Eye. Isn't that beautiful? And that was with the Nude Lip and Cheek, which I'm about to change it up because I told you we are going to play in makeup. But I'm going to spend some time on eyebrows right now. So I already filled in this eyebrow because I just did a reel on it. And I wanted you to see the difference. What filling in your eyebrow can do for your face. See how it lifted my eye and it just frames your face. It makes you look younger. So here's the secret with eyebrows. You're gonna use a brow brush or a eyeshadow brush to get to the corner of your eye. Your eyebrow should end right there. So make sure you are drawing your eyebrow, filling it in to that spot. Right there. It should begin right here. So make sure you're filling it in that spot. Now you find your pupil right above it is where your brow should start arching up and then go back down. What I like to do is instead of placing my eyeshadow color here, I put it higher on the brow. It's like a little cheat to make the brow higher, which lifts the face. So let's do this side. So I get dry eyebrows in the winter, and in this collection it comes with this lip conditioner, which is fabulous. I'm going to put this in my eyebrows today to condition the skin and help them not be so dry in the winter. It also puts a pretty sheen on your hairs, and it's going to keep your eyebrows from not moving. So I'm using the line brush. I'm just going to brush that in, smooth that out. Now I'm going to go on the angle there and there, going into Philly, which comes in this collection, and I'm going to make sure that that is filled into the end, just like that. Don't pull that down. You want to pull it more to the side. And I'm going to fill in the top first, just with short little strokes. Having that lip conditioner really helps the eyeshadow have something to grab to. And then I'm just making little strokes to fill them in. And then I'm just going to brush this up and then shape them the way I want. This one needs to be just a little bit darker. And that is all there is to eyebrows. But it really makes the world of difference having your eyebrows filled in. It really, and then putting the color on top to give that lift right here. Now the way the light in the camera is hitting my face, it always makes this eyebrow look darker, but in person they are the same shade. And I love that color for Philly for the eyebrows. If you have a little red in your hair, it is really pretty to mix in. All right, so we used the lip conditioner, we used Nude Lip and Cheek, and now I told you we were gonna play. Let's play with some of this eyeshadow on our cheeks and lips, and I'm going to show you what else you can do with these fun colors. So this lip, I don't like nudes on myself so much. I want to darken this up. I'm going to go into Pomegranate with my finger. I'm just going to tap it into this nude shade. You can use these eyeshadows on your lips. Let's go back. Look how pretty that color is. Just putting it in with my finger. totally different shade on our lips. A little darker. So pretty. Now I am going to use this Moscow for a little bit of shimmer in the middle of the lip. And then I'm going to finish it off with our lip moisturizer. So I'm just going to put that on top. And we are going to have a beautiful sugar and spice lip here. You could put a gloss on top. Very moisturizing, very pretty. It gives that monochromatic look with the eye. So beautiful. So you know I'm going to do this on the cheek next. So let's do this on the cheek. So let's add a little bit of this pomegranate to the cheek. I'm just going to go in like I did the cream. The nude is going to give it something to grab onto. And then I'm just going to push it in to my Look how pretty. That pomegranate is gorgeous. Now if you just want this, you can just grab it on its own. You don't have to get the collection, but why not get this collection? It comes with all these goodies. Let's click it right on the apple of my cheek, right there. Very pretty. Let's go back in. It blends out really easy. The nude that I have down is a nice base to really grab this color. And it's moisturizing. So you could have left the look the way I had it, but I told you we were going to play makeup, and it's my favorite thing to do. I'm going to pull some of that up here. I just love playing in makeup. Alrighty. So I have a little bit of illumination to do. Let's use Moscow a little bit right here to add a little bit of this shimmer to the top of the cheek. And then we'll take Photoshop on the very top. So this is putting us a little shimmer there. We're just matching the lip that we just did. I love that all their makeup, you can use it in so many different ways. Pulling it up high here. All right. Now let's use this pretty Photoshop to put the finishing touches on this beautiful ginger and spice look, and then we will be finished. Absolutely gorgeous. If you want color matched, look down in the description. There will be a link tree there. I will have a jot form there. You can email me, contact me any way you like, and I will color match you and get you started with these gorgeous shades. So this was very potent. So we're just going to use a little bit, just putting it right here at the very highest point of my cheek. I'm just going to tap this in with my finger. I'm just going to keep it up high right here. And it puts the prettiest little reflection of light right here, and it blends in with the eyeshadow. We have to have that little bit of sugar on our spice. Very, very pretty. Now let's put a little bit on the center of the nose and on the very tip. And let's put a little bit above the brow, just a little bit, just to put some reflection up there. And I think I am done. Let's do a once over with my 10 times magnification mirror. Make sure everything's pushed in and blended. And once I have everything the way I like it, this is beautiful. I love this. So pretty. Let's go over the shades again. Came with the beautiful gloss. Let's use a little bit of this right here. Desert Sunset. It came with the matte shade or the satin shade called Nude. We have the illuminator called Photoshop. It comes with this wonderful lip moisturizer that I used on my eyebrows. It comes with Philly, this beautiful brown. Claire, a nice matte pinkish orange color. Moscow, which was our shimmer, like a burnt orange color. And then we have this beautiful pomegranate shade that I absolutely love. Does not come with the eyeshadow cleaning tile, but it comes as a collection, so you can purchase this and save. Okay, so the last step, I like to use Seint setting spray. And the secret with this is to really push it down. Like, if you just go like that, it's just gonna squirt out a little bit. So we are just going to just do a once over, once there, down the middle. And then I set my eyeshadow. It's gonna put some more moisture on the skin. It's going to add a little bit of extra dew, and it smells delicious. And then you just wait for this to dry. I have a little like a handheld fan that I like to use. But that is our look. I hope you enjoyed it. You can find me across social media down below in the link tree. I would love to have you in my Facebook VIP group where I have all kinds of giveaways and tips. I'm on Pinterest where I have skincare. I'm on Instagram, and I'm on TikTok a little bit. So I would love to have you follow me on Facebook too, and make sure you like and subscribe if you like this video. That would help me so much. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy. Drop some comments down there if you have any questions, and I will see you next week. Have a wonderful Christmas, and take care.